What's going on, y'all? Welcome to not the Road to Results podcast, but the Road to Results sponsor highlight. Today we have our sponsor, Absolute Comfort and Son LLC owner Mike Haney. What is going on, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm blessed by the best, blessed by the best. And I had an idea and I asked Mike if he would be willing because again, his space for those who don't know, maybe this is your first time seeing Mike or even myself, but he is an HVAC guru in the York, PA area. Again, Absolute Comfort and Son LLC, changing lives 1 degree at a time, y'all. 1 degree at a time. And the winter's coming up. Right, it's getting cold out here in South Carolina, and I know in Pennsylvania is getting cold. So I said, let's do a quick video, just
Yep.
some tips, best practices, maybe do's and don'ts when it comes to getting the most out of your furnace and your heater. Because I'm sure you see a lot of stuff that people could be doing differently or better. So yeah, so if you could just share with the people what are some basic tips, and then maybe if you want to just dive into whatever you feel will be helpful for them.
Sure, absolutely. So our biggest culprit of no heat is check that furnace filter. That's the number one, big dog on our spectrum is, hey, I don't, they don't, some people don't even have filters. So we want to make sure we're checking that air filter, replacing it every 30 days, stay on top of that. That's the biggest culprit of any season. So that's our biggest call every year. Oh, my heat's down. We come out. We have to charge you a service fee for something that you can just pull out and change yourself. That's just one of the biggest things we find daily, day to day.
Okay, so you mean air filter or furnace filters are the same thing? Is that what you said?
Yep, same thing. Yep.
And where would you say so people replacing it? Is it it's simple like just going to like a Home Depot's or a Lowe's, people or Amazon? Do you have a recommendation on where people can get these replacement filters?
Yeah, I'm a very anti Home Depot and Lowe's person because they
My
wanna sell you
bad.
the no, you're good, you're good. So what they do, right? A lot of the systems aren't built for these high efficiency 3M, heavy duty, pleated, 11 MERV, all these weird little names that people hear. A lot of your systems aren't rated for that. So, you can obviously always call us. We can put you in the right direction. Amazon's a great facility for that. Or you can buy from your local HVAC contractor, whoever's in your area, or us. We can ship to you, no problem. You want to stay basic unless you have an extremely high efficient system. So you want to stay away from those hyperallergenic, all that craziness. Like it's overkill. It actually puts more strain on the system if your system's not built for that.
Oh wait, so time out. First of all, thank you for lacing me up, and I didn't mean to disrespect about Home Depot Lowe's.
You're good.
I'm new to this game. So hold on real quick. So there are different types of filters. You said hypoallergenic. Explain like what are the different types of filters on the market? And it sounds like you're not really buying into it or you're not a big fan of it because it might even make your system work harder. Can you explain that a little bit?
So absolutely. So your basic filter is called a hog's hair. You can almost see through it in the light. They're green, blue, white, see through. The other ones are more like a cotton material, and they have ridges in them. They're called pleated. So they're pleated filters. They are they're good, but if your system can handle it. So if you don't have a very expensive system or a high grade system, like if okay, you had your house built, so we know you had your house built right. So most likely, unless you really put the time and energy into having a really top end system like Train, Tempstar, Carrier, Bryant, put in your house that has a variable speed and all kinds of bells and whistles, and your ductwork sized correctly, that filter is not good for your house. If you pull it out and you see a
Uh
bow in it, like a
yeah.
heavy curve, it's like trying to run a Boston Marathon, with a bag over your face. You're sucking it in. So yeah. So there's
Oh
there's
man.
reasons
Okay,
for
okay. I love I love the analogy. But let me ask you this is okay. So now you got me thinking because I'm actually gonna do this when we get off. So where do I look for the filter? I'm brand
so
new. Again, I'm not a handyman. All right, y'all. So
good.
where do I go to check my filter out?
So most of the time, now this isn't all the time because everybody's houses are different. Um, for a forced air, gas, or oil, usually it's on the left hand or right side of the furnace or AC, right? It's the furnace part. So it's usually on the right or left hand. Sometimes you have to take the bottom door off and there's a carriage in there and on the inside. So it just depends what you have. It's very hard for
Got
me
it.
to tell you exactly where it is, but our practice is the right or left hand side of the furnace on the outside. And we label and mark ours. It says
Uh,
filter with an arrow.
okay. So again, I'm gonna just play because layman's here. So you're talking about not the actual unit outside of the house.
Nope, furnace inside.
The furnace inside in our garage, or we have one in the attic. Oh no, the water heater's in the garage, so our furnace is in the attic. That piece.
Okay, so yours is probably in your ceiling, and it
Yeah.
probably has a drop down grill
Yep. Yep.
because that's where yours would be located. See, in different situations. So you're fancy.
Got it. Got it. I'm not no, because I remember when we first bought the house, like the air conditioner wasn't pushing in certain things, and the wiring was
Yeah.
messed up. So the dude went into the attic, and he pulled down there, and he was like messing with the wires to try to get the stuff. So number one, air filter. Try to avoid Lowe's, Home Depot, if possible. All the extra stuff that they're probably just using for marketing is probably more of a gimmick than anything else. And again, this is coming from the guru, y'all. Coming from the guru. Amazon could be reputable. And so, what would be kind of the basic things to look for when ordering a filter? Or I guess you know what? I'm gonna drop your link in the description so they
Yeah.
can
Drop our.
contact you directly. I think y'all just go straight to the source or go to the guru. His link is in the description. You can call, email, and then that way they can point you in the right direction. Or even like you said, I believe you said you can get it mailed. You can even mail it to them. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Absolute Comfort is Son LLC. All right, so that's tip number one. Check your filter. Tip number two. What's your next like biggest thing that you see all the time that could have been avoided, or they even could have done on them done themselves, or not?
Okay, so a lot of times you're gonna get, hey, my furnace isn't working. Sometimes just say, my thermostat's not responding. 90% of the furnaces out there have a little clear sight glass on it, and people first thing they want to turn the power off to it. Oh, I turned the power off to it. I tried to restart it. There's an error code in there. It'll flash a couple times. We want to look for that first. So before you panic and have a problem, it's very low. It'll flash for you. Count the flashes, then give us a call. Hey, Mike, look, it flashed 3 times. Me automatically knowing because I've been in the trade. Most of the time, 3 is a certain code. I can walk them through pulling off the door, flipping it over, and there's a list of codes right there. I can tell you what's going on to save you that service call and save you that trip. It could be something very simple as far as everybody just turned their heat on or there's very big wind gusts and your system short cycled. It could just be out on an overcycle. So something simple. Or you
Wow.
may need a service technician, and I can help diagnose that over the phone to really help save you money.
All right. Pause. Did y'all just catch that? All right. Absolute Comfort and Son LLC, based out of York, Pennsylvania, the sponsors of the R2R podcast, said that if you want to give them a call first, he'll do a diagnostic over the phone to potentially save you some money. I don't know about y'all. And again, I'm not in this industry. So if you are, please comment below, or if you're in your experience in this industry. But all I know is that every time I've had an issue with any of my HVAC stuff, I had to go through the warranty, make these calls, I had to wait, get an appointment. And the only thing they could say is, well, we have to come see it first. Like there
Yeah.
wasn't even any type of over the phone diagnostic. I don't think they were really trying to save money for us, so to speak. So I want y'all to catch that. Here are the subtle differences besides the expertise, besides being in the industry for 17 plus years and serving 4,000 plus clients. Yes, I am going to shout you out. Mike just hit his 4,000th clients. All right, 4,000 clients just recently, because this is my bro like that. And here he is wanting to save you money. Check your filter first. Get a quality one, he'll get you one. Two, if you're still not sure and there's flashing lights and other things he just said, which I don't know, so make sure you want to watch that, give him a call and then he can walk you through that over the phone to potentially save you a trip and some money. Because again, during the holidays, during Christmas season, every penny counts. Man, that's so beautiful. All right, bro. Anything else you want to add to that tip? Shout out to TT is on with us. He's just dropping fire emojis. Yeah, what
Big.
up, T?
What up, T?
um, Okay, so what's the next thing people should look out for or do when it comes to making sure they're making the most out of their heater and cooling needs? And then even tips like, I know for me, my father-in-law's old school, and my dad, even my mom, they close the door behind me all the time, so not letting the heat out. Are there any
Yeah.
like things that people can have inside the house to keep it in? Let's say they don't have the double pane windows, or like I used to see the things under the door, like the
Yeah.
little. Do you have any tips or tricks like that that you might share with clients too as well?
Yeah, if you don't have good windows and stuff, again, Amazon, I'm a go-to Amazon guy. You can get they're the iron on the hair dryer on window covers. They're plastic, clear plastic. Hey, we've had to use them back when Kathy and I had our first house, 8, 9 years ago. We were on a tight budget. It's an easy way just to kind of keep the heat in, stuff like that. Just those little
What,
tips. You can use a
what
little
was
door
it
stopper.
called? What
Uh,
was the thing?
it's the hair dryer window seal.
Hair
Amazon has them.
dryer window seal. I've never heard of it.
Really?
How do you how do you apply it? Is it something like you put on a shower curtain rod type thing?
No, all you do is it comes with a double-sided sticky tape. You put it around the frame of your window. You take this plastic sheet, you stick it on there. You get your wife's hair dryer or yours. I mean, you got pretty hair. I don't. And you hit that. Yes, hey, bro, fresh. It's fresh. You hit the hair dryer on it. It seals it nice and tight, and you get a 90% seal. And it's like $3, $4. You can get them on Amazon. I'm not a big Wally World fan, but you can get it at Walmart. Same
Wow.
thing. Yeah.
I never knew
The
that. So you can I mean honestly I've never and what do people typically use things like that for? Like what do people purchase it for usually?
It's for your windows for letting cold air in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
specifically
So
for that.
this works in the winter time, I mean in the summertime too then to keep the cool in.
Well, you'll start to sweat and rot your windowsills out, so you don't want to do that because you're going
Oh,
to create
okay.
too much contact between the window and your frame. But
Oh,
as far as winter goes, you'll be fine. It's a winter
got it.
only thing, like a winterization type of product.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Who's giving this game to y'all? Who is giving this game to y'all? And again, if you have any questions or have any follow up questions, be sure to hit the link in the description box. I mean, come look at what Kato got to say. He's like, what industry will help y'all over the phone? And not just over the phone, but the way that Absolute Comfort and Son does it. Let's see who else is on this live. Oh, we
Yeah,
got
we're always
look at that.
available.
Look, yeah. Danielle
Oh,
Ramirez from South Carolina says drop a link for this product. Yes, we will be sure to drop that link when Mike gives it to me. And let's see. Oh, look, we got some haters out here. I love you, Kato. Mike Rise from California. So
yeah.
right, it's true because the heating stuff and like the wintry stuff is new to me. So I mean, true story, right? I mean, just full transparency. When I was in California, you know those little things you put over the pipe, the little foam things?
Uh huh.
Because I was so new to new home ownership, all right, and Danielle was laughing at me. I took those little pipe things that you cover to keep them from freezing, and I put it over the gas thing.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Danielle was like, "Why is that there?" I was like, "So it doesn't freeze up." She's like, "That's the gas,"
Yeah,
and I was
no, it's
like,
all.
"I was like, it doesn't freeze." She was like,
Oh, I love
but this is
that.
why we have gurus like you in different industries like that. So, all right. So, okay, cool. So we'll definitely make sure to drop those links. Any other like again, tips or ways for people to like maybe save some money or more importantly, do get the maintenance? Like, what do you recommend in terms
Yes.
of maintenance for newer homes, older homes? Like, what is kind of your what is the Absolute Comfort and Son LLC standard when it comes to maintenance? Again, I love the fact that you can definitely try to help people save money, but at the same time, we also know that people may need a technician to come out and really do
Yeah.
that diagnostic. So, what is your kind of general rule of thumb for those clients?
Absolutely. So maintenance is key. So you don't drive your car for more than 5,000 miles without an oil change, right? It's kind of the same thing with your furnace and AC. You don't want to run them a full season and not get it taken care of. It's kind of one of those things that you have to really get in practice of. And people are like, oh, well, I changed my filter. That's great. There's so much more involved. Now, we do a carbon monoxide test on a brand new unit or a 100-year-old unit. That doesn't matter how old it is. What matters to us is your safety. It's made by man. It can be flawed. Okay. I don't care who made it. I don't care if it's the top brand or the lowest brand. My concern is your safety first. So we come out and do a carbon monoxide check, clean the filters, check the drains. We do a whole spectrum of stuff, and we give a check sheet. So you're going to see everything I do in details, and I'm more than happy. We always are more than happy to walk you through what we did, or you can sit there behind me and I'll show you. I'm fine with it. I love educating my customers and my family. I want you to be comfortable with what you're paying for.
Time out, time out.
So
So you said you actually have a checklist or a check sheet that
yes,
you will take a client with or show them and give to them after the service, making
yep,
sure that all the things are done. Kind of like when you go get your car done and they give you that list.
exactly.
Wow,
Yep, and I
I honestly I've never had that experience. I've gotten the like sign here for the receipt and the bill at the end, but never
yeah.
like, what you're talking about.
Yep, we break that down. We do an efficiency check. We check all that stuff. We do an in-house carbon monoxide test. So all these things get checked out, wrote out, and printed out. So every my customers get 2 copies of stuff. So they get a printout of their efficiency and how everything's running and the levels of carbon monoxide, if there's any in the house. and they get a full check, see that all their safeties checked, if we've cleaned the blower, if we had to pull the blower, their filter size, we write it down so you can get your own filter if you want more. So we set you up for progression and not failure. So maintenance is key twice a year. That's our go-to. I actually have about 10 customers we do 4 times a year because they're elderly and they can't change their own filter. We call that our boss program because they're the boss. You know what I mean?
Um,
They've earned that status. They're in their 70s and 80s. They need that extra TLC. We provide that also. So that's something that we take pride in is that our maintenance is key. That's the lifeblood of any company is doing maintenance. It's so important. And we're all going through colds right now. Like I've told you, I've been fighting this cold for like a month now, and I'm changing my filter every week,
wow.
just
Wow.
because I know we're putting that back in our system. And we're breathing that, and the kids, they're little germ monsters. I love them, the life, but they're little germ monsters bringing stuff home. So as they're bringing this stuff home, we're changing our filters repeatedly, and just to keep
Mm.
the fresh air and the air quality going in the house.
Wow. So let me ask you this then. So every week, and I totally get that, getting the checks twice a year, maybe four if you're the boss or you're elderly, maybe you can't do it. So again, just from a cost perspective, like do these filters that you're recommending or that you can even get for folks, how do they come in? Like 5 packs, 10 packs? Because sometimes you'll go to like
12 pack.
again, oh,
We
12
sell
packs.
12 in the case. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
Yeah, it's
know.
not
Good to
expensive.
know.
It's like $80 for a 12 pack. So you figure if you do it once a month, it's one for every year, and that saves you a lot of money.
Wow. $80 for the year, y'all. Think about that. Right now I'm feeling a little guilty. I don't think I've checked my my furnace filter in a minute. I'm gonna go upstairs and check it out, and I'm gonna send you a picture. Let me know what I need to get.
No worries.
Um,
Um,
but
the other thing I want to tell is important too is like we're always available for Zoom calls. We're always available for FaceTime. If you feel like, hey, you're handy and you're not scared to get into your system, I'm absolutely more than happy to walk you through stuff to keep you safe with it. We'll go to a certain extent, but we are available for that. That's something important. Again, I want to save you money and give an experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. That's why we change lives 1 degree at a time. Is we want to give that experience.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's it right there, y'all. I think again, as we're going into this winter season, especially if you're on the East Coast, but it doesn't matter where you're located, right? The knowledge and the industry for in itself, Mike is definitely our go-to, not just our family, but our community and beyond. Again, y'all, 4,000 clients, and he's just based out of the York, PA area. And we're just getting started. So there is no questions that are too small or too big. I always say there's no such thing as a dumb question. We just gotta ask them. As we know, closed mouths don't get fed. So hey, what's up, Kathy?
Live
That's
on air. Live word up.
pulling up on
Sorry.
Ivy. So yeah, there it is. Any last final thoughts just before we again we know how to get in contact with you. All that information's below. If you have any questions or want to order some things, they can contact you in the description box. But just any last like thoughts when it comes to maintenance, taking care of their HVAC system or anything else before we go.
No, man, I think I've pretty much covered the basic stuff, and we're here for everybody if you need us. And obviously, stick with the R2R, man. That's the way to go.
We appreciate you. All right, family. So again, this is a just a highlight, another one of our sponsor highlight videos. But again, it is really important, especially during this winter season, to just make sure that you're prepared. Do the prep work, like Ray says all the time. Make sure that you do the maintenance, like Mike is saying, so that you're not caught without a heater or something like that. I'm sure you've heard stories like that, Mike, where folks are just like out of luck because they waited too long.
Yeah, a lot. We want to prevent that. That's what we want to prevent.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Again, be sure to reach out. Any questions, comments, hit up Mike. Be sure to follow them on their social media pages. We'll put all those links in the description. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.